Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is an update from my last video where I talked about going and seeing the neurosurgeon. If this is your first time to join me, I'm Bonita and I have chronic pain. I have adhesive arachnoiditis that happened when a doctor accidentally punctured my spinal cord during an epidural for a herniated disc. This resulted in nerve clumping, muscle cramping, muscle spasms, burning, shooting pain, inability to lay still in one position more than like 10 or 15 minutes, and multiple other symptoms. I have a lot of videos talking about this, so if it is something that you want to learn more about, please check out those videos. But the doctor that I saw in November, that was a neurosurgeon at KU Med Center in Kansas City, suggested to try acupuncture. He said there was not enough research to know if it even helped for conditions like I had. But when I checked into it, you have to lay face down for an hour to have the treatment. As I just said in my intro, I'm not able to lay more than 10 to 15 minutes in one position. This is one of the reasons I get horrible rest at night. I have to flip and flop and change positions all of the time. If I happen to fall asleep long enough that I don't change positions, then when I wake up, it's really hard to sit up, roll over, move, walk, any of those things. So changing positions frequently is really important. And the MRI that I had gotten in December had caused so much problems that I had trouble walking for about 2 months from being in one position for about 27 minutes. So I have decided to not try to pursue the acupuncture, but I do want to talk about that because it might be something that might benefit someone that is watching today. I also get lidocaine shots in my back. I get them as needed. I don't have any insurance that will cover it. And so I paid $1,200 up front for 12 sets of shots that I have now made last more than a year just because of the cost of it. I have put off getting the shots until it is just terrible, and it's been terrible for a couple of weeks or longer. My last set of shots were in March, and I only had 2 sets left. And so I put it off and put it off, and then I tried to call over and over. I couldn't get in. I tried 3 different times over about 3 weeks, only to finally learn that the doctor that had been giving me the shots had left the practice. She was really good about making sure that she got the shots in the trigger point area that was causing me the most pain. Sometimes it would give me a relief for a couple of hours, sometimes for an evening, sometimes for a few days. Sometimes some of the shots didn't work at all, but it was always at least a hopeful thing that I could look forward to maybe getting a little bit of relief. So they have another location. It is an hour away. And when I finally found out about that, I was in too much pain to even make it to that location. So I had to wait until a day that my husband had off, that their doctor was in, that he could take me up there and get the shots. However, she did not know what she was doing compared to the other doctor. She gave me shots. They were totally ineffective. They did nothing for me whatsoever. It didn't relieve any of my pain. It didn't help with any of my balance or walking. It didn't help with my left leg dragging. It didn't help with any of the things that I really needed for it to do. So even over the last month, it has still been extremely difficult. I've continued with lidocaine over the counter 4% pain patches. I order those usually from Amazon when they run a good deal. I can usually get them about 65 cents a patch, which is about the best that I've seen. If I get them at the grocery store or Walmart or anywhere else, sometimes they can be $1 or more per patch. So I try to watch for those, and I have my husband apply those patches in the places that she would normally give me those trigger injections. And I was doing both the lidocaine patches and the shots, and I was doing that to try to get by. Well, recently I learned that they make 5% lidocaine patches, but you need a doctor's prescription to get those. And I can also get a prescription for the 4%, which I'll have to check the price, but Amazon happened to pop up the other day on my page telling me that if I had a prescription, I could get them for only $8 for 30 of them. The best deal I have found is 30 for $19.99 that I've been private paying. So if I can get the doctor at KU Med Center to write me a prescription, then I can get them for less than half of what I have been paying. And that will at least help there. And maybe he'll even give me the one that's 1% more lidocaine. It's actually a topical numbing agent with the patch. And I feel like it helps a lot when I get that put on the area that I would normally get a shot. They can be on for about 12 hours. I normally don't notice a lot of effectiveness after about 6 hours, but I still leave it on the full 12. But the lidocaine shots are just a numbing agent that goes under your skin that they give to you before they do epidurals and spinal taps and things like that to help numb the area a little bit. And so that's the shots that I've been getting. They're non-invasive, they're just under the skin, and they've been very helpful. But I've been unable to find anybody else that can give me those shots and anybody else that even knows what they're doing when it comes to giving the shots. I don't know where my other provider went. It's very, very upsetting. I know there were a lot of us seeing her, and she'd made a big difference in a lot of people's lives, and now she's just gone. So that is my update. I know it's not a lot, but several of you have been asking how I've been doing, if there's anything new. And I always like to pass on things as I find them out because maybe they will help one of you out there today. Let me know how you're doing. This channel was built to help support one another through chronic pain. And I appreciate you listening today, and I appreciate you being here.